Hey guys, just making a quick video on how to 3D print an Inventor file on the printers at school. The example I'm doing today is of a cylindrical bottle holder that you may notice is off the CNC router. Okay, so once you're happy with your design, you're going to need to export it. So if you go File and you go Export and then CAD format, left click on that. The next thing you're going to want to do is select a file type that can talk to our 3D printing software, and the best one for that is an STL file. So there's my STL file. You can see that I've already saved this before. That's where you would put in your file name. One of the key things you must do now, I think once you've done it once, it should normally default to it, but I always check it. If you go Options, you need to make sure that the units are in millimeters. Sometimes that will default to centimeters, and that will change the scale of your job. So format's binary, millimeters, BREP. You don't have to change any of this. The only one you really need to look out for is that the units are in millimeters. So I'll click OK, and then you would save it as your bottle holder or whatever the part's called. I've already saved it, so I'm not going to do that again. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to open up your flash print. Now, flash print 5, I believe it's called, and that's on the desktop of your remote desktop. So with that, all I'm going to do now is in here, that might look like that when you first start and you go, oh, how do I do anything? So you click on this one here and you're going to go to Import, and here's the file. You'd have to search through your directory to find it, and then that will go into there. So I've now got a model in here. Now, pretty fortunate that if you have a look now, by holding the right mouse button, that will give you orbit. So it's different to all the other CAD packages. So right mouse button down and move the mouse, that will orbit. This thing is going to print really well. Now, what I'm looking for is to make sure that it's able to print without the need of supports. So anything cylindrical always prints best in the Z axis. So if it's printed straight up, if it's printed on its side, the cylindrical items quite often will require too much supports. So if it had been imported, and I've just got rotate there, there's move, and that's to view. If for some reason it came into the job like this, well, I would want to rotate it around so that it best suits my printing. So I was pretty lucky, it just came straight in. Surface to platform is always a good one as well. So with my move, I click on that and I go on platform. Looks like it already is. But if I was to, if it was to be up in the air for some reason, like that, well, I want it to be on the platform. And in the center of the bed's always good as well. And you can actually press center. I forgot about that. It will do that automatically for you, but it's good to always check that it's on the platform. Once you're happy with it and you're ready to print, you can go start slicing, and yours might appear like this to begin with. And so I've gone for a standard. I'm doing PLA, that's what's in all of our machines. And I'm going to go, I'm going to go into expert mode, and I'm going to make sure that the raft is saying no. So for the majority of the stuff we print, we won't worry about a raft. It prints good enough without a raft. Actually, raft causes more issues. Once I'm happy with everything, I'm going to go to slice. And slice preview. And here it will tell me that it's going to take 5 hours how many grams of product it's going to use. And if I'm happy with what it's done, I can then go over to here, I believe, and save to local. And so it's now going to save it as a .gx file, and that can plug straight in to our printer and it can print. To do that, save this on the remote desktop side in your graphics folder or whatever class you're in. You're then going to need to email it to yourself so that you can open it on your Mac side, because the USBs don't work on the remote desktop side. So I know that probably sounds a little bit confusing, but you need to just get the file over to the Mac side of your computer or your iPad so that you can put it onto a USB. So for some of you guys, you're definitely going to need the USB dongles that are in the room, but work with your teacher there as to different ways that we can get it onto a USB. You would then just click save. So that's pretty much it for a simple print. I'm going to close this preview, and if you needed scaffold, so these little holes here, believe it or not, although there's nothing underneath there, because it's bridging, they print really nice. But let's say you had a part. Now, I don't have an example for you right now, but I'm just going to rotate this so that it's in the wrong way to print, but it will show you how scaffold works. So if you had a part that you just couldn't get around printing and it had an overhang like this one here, so that will just, certain little amounts it will just print, but if there's too much of an overhang where there's just thin air underneath, as the extruder comes through, it's just going to drop down. So when you're happy with the position of it, you're then just going to go to supports, and these, I think they call them linear supports, or those straight line supports, I find break away the easiest. So they're the ones that I use. I'm then just going to go auto supports. So it's done it for not only the outside, but also the internal of this cylinder part. Now from here, that's in, you would just go start slicing, slice, and it's then going to calculate what it needs to do and generate the G code for this setup with the printing. Slice preview, and showing you what it's going to do. This little line here is just the machine purging itself each time. You would then just save that to your local. So that's how to print a more sophisticated print that requires supports. It's amazing what it can print without supports. I would back it to print this cylinder without supports, but I wouldn't back it to print that ledge without supports.